This is probably the most exciting thing of my week. At night, I've turned into some kind of feral animal. Wash hands first, obviously. Is claggy the right word? What year am I in, Tanya? In 1930? Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you tune in again to see what's in the government's emergency food parcel, thank you for joining me. You're very welcome here on my little channel. And if you didn't watch last week's video and you want to, pause this one now and head back. I'll put a link at the bottom of this one so you can find it easily. If you're looking at me thinking, well, why is she getting a government food parcel and you know, maybe your grandma isn't. Just to give you a very brief history, I am currently being treated for breast cancer. It's the second time I've had breast cancer, and recently I've finished chemotherapy and I've had a further operation. So it makes my immune system very low and makes me extremely vulnerable to catching the coronavirus, and yeah, that's why I'm not able to leave the house. So you here, my friends, and I feel like you need to know what's in the box this week. It arrived this morning. It arrives on a Wednesday. This is only the second box that I've had, and I've already opened it on here, so I'm not messing about on camera. And are we ready to see what's in this week's box? Okay, let's have a little look. We've got a letter again. It's not from Boris, unfortunately. I think it's pretty much the same as last week's letter. Yeah, just basically saying that there should be enough food in here to last you for a week. Sufficient food and household essentials has been designed to provide adequate nutrition during this period. It says, due to the scale and speed of this operation, everyone receiving this package is receiving the same thing, and not all the food may be suitable for everyone. As we mentioned last week, if you've got specific dietary requirements, you would need to let the government know. I'm not sure if they can do sort of specific parcels for you. But for example, if you are vegan or vegetarian, then potentially, I mean, I don't know what's in here yet, but this probably wouldn't suit you, particularly if you're vegan, I would have thought. Last week there were baked beans with sausages in, for example, so that wouldn't have suited a vegan or vegetarian. But if you practice a particular religion, then again, it may not be suitable for you. If you've got an allergy, then you know, you may follow a certain diet. Best thing to do, as I said last week, is to check the list of ingredients on each item. So, what I did spot when I opened this box, not a bottle of Shiraz, but, here we go, another family pack of Weetos. Now, I've still got some left from last week. I'm becoming slightly addicted, I think. It's kind of my chocolate fix, because you know I haven't got chocolate biscuits or anything, and I am a little bit of a chocoholic. At night I've turned into some kind of feral animal with my hand in a Weetos box. So yeah, they are perfect for breakfast, snacking basically. And as we mentioned last week, they are high in fibre, whole grain and vitamin D. So they're kind of based on the nutritional element of those again, and I guess a little bit of a treat because they're, it says chocolatey hoops, but they're mildly chocolatey. But let me tell you, when you've got a craving for chocolate, hand in the box. Wash hands first, obviously. Yeah, another box of Weetos. Bread. Again, I wonder if this one lasts a year again. Yeah, almost. As we were saying last week, The bread lasts until March 2021. I didn't realise bread could last that long, but clearly it does. So again, that's toast. You know, you can use that for, what else did I use it for last week? Oh, I'll tell you what I did. The crusts, I made like little mini pizzas because I have got a few bits in my fridge. So what I did was I put there was some pasta sauce from last week's. So I put a little bit of pasta sauce on the crust, then some cheese, and then a couple of tomatoes left, so I chopped those up and put it on. What else did I put on there? Pepper. But you can create your own little pizza basically out of the crusts, and then you just bake those in the oven. Those are really nice. If you are looking for food ideas to use the ingredients that you've got in your home already, a couple of places I can recommend. There's Love Food Hate Waste website, which is literally type that in and you will find it. And there's an app on if you've got an iPhone, called Supercook. And basically what you do on there is there's a section called Pantry, and it will let you put in all the items or ingredients that you have in your store cupboard, and it will then suggest recipes for you. So it will bring up things that you perhaps haven't thought of making, new ideas for you to try. So definitely give that a go if you're thinking, oh, I don't fancy that again. It might just bring up something different for you and the family to have. So, looking what else is in here. Look at that. Now there was 2 toilet rolls last week, half of a multi-pack. This is like the stuff that you get in public toilets, isn't it, I think? Because it's deceiving because of the shape of it, isn't it? Is it narrower than, I think it's narrower than normal toilet paper, isn't it? And definitely shorter. Always need toilet roll, don't you? So we've got that. I guess that's classed as a household essential, isn't it? We've also got long life milk to have with your Weetos or think of milk. I don't actually have milk in my tea or coffee, so I am having that with cereal. If you have managed to get any flour, you obviously could use that for baking. I haven't got any flour. I might have a little bit, a little tiny bit left over, but I haven't used it yet. So yeah, milk always comes in handy. What else did we have? Oh, tea. We had tea in the box last week, didn't we? Tetley tea again. Oh, we've got tomato and bacon pasta sauce this week. So yeah, again, as I was saying, if you are vegetarian or vegan, not going to be suitable for you. But there was pasta in last week's box. So again, you can make a pasta bake. I think, yeah, pasta in this week's box as well. So yeah, pasta bake. The recipe's not on the back of here, isn't it? Yeah, you can basically just have that, and that is a meal. You can have some of your bread with it. If you've got any garlic knocking around and water, you can make your own garlic bread to have with that. So yeah, one of your 5 a day again. So obviously nutrition. The pasta is obviously there, it's going to bulk it out, it's going to fill you, and again, that should make a good couple of meals, shouldn't it, at least, I would have thought. Sometimes I wouldn't say batch cook, I'm not great at that, but I will make a meal that will last for, you know, another day, so I'll have it one night and then I will have it the next night. I'm not very good at putting stuff in the freezer and then taking it out because I tend to forget what it is. I ended up with curry and spaghetti once, thinking it was bolognese, and I think I've done it the other way around as well, bolognese and rice. But still nice, you know, but yeah, I always forget to label them up thinking I'll know what it is. Or certainly stick it in your fridge and it will last you a couple of days. Coffee, again, this is the same as last week. So it looks like it's out of some kind of multi-pack. Cafe Cruella instant coffee. And if you know me, you know that I cannot function in the morning until I've had at least 2 coffees. So yeah, definitely be using that. Oh, actually got rice this week as well. Pasta and rice were actually really hard to come by. Oh, there's a little hole in it. But the box was sealed, so I guess that'll be okay. And it'll be boiled, won't it? So yeah, you could definitely use that. I'm trying to think what you can make with that. As I said last week, the one thing that the box is missing, which I know they probably can't do for storage and delivery reasons, is egg. But if you've got any egg in, you could do like egg fried rice, something like that as well. Maybe there's something else in the tins that we could have with this that I haven't looked at yet. So yeah, always use rice. Again, this looks like it's out of the multi-pack, doesn't it? Packed for SirYourFoods.com. Not somebody I've heard of, so I don't know if that's been donated. So it does look like it was in a bigger box and it's been separated because there's no instructions on it, but thankfully I do know how to cook rice. Yes, I'm surprised. I am actually quite a good cook. It's just sometimes having the time, isn't it? And, you know, the motivation sometimes to do it when you've been doing something else, so you sometimes want a quick meal. But rice, yeah, just stick it in the water, boil it. Oh, rice jumping all over it. Apples, Oliver K, is that Oliver K apples? Not heard of them before. Yeah, Oliver K produce. So I'm not sure where those have come from. Or what type of apple they are. They look like, are they Ravens? Not sure. It's got a little bit bruised, but yeah, just make sure you use the bruised ones first, I guess. And also, a lot of apples. Another bag of apples. Last week there was a bag of apples and a bag of pears, which I have been eating. I didn't make anything with them, I just snacked on those. So yeah, plenty of apples in there. You could do baked apple, if you like that. That's where you take the centre out and you just put a little bit of butter or margarine in with some raisins if you have them, wrap it up in silver foil, bake it in the oven, and that's like a mini pudding. If you had yoghurt, you could chop it and put it in a yoghurt, or a salad perhaps if you had some salad stuff. Obviously there is no, just peering in here now, there is no salad stuff. Again, I'm guessing that's down to storage. You could maybe do with a lettuce in here or something, or broccoli to give you the vitamins from, you know, your green leafy vegetables. Although I guess you could look into maybe delivery from a vegetable shop. Grocers, they're called, aren't they? Veg shop, that's what I call it, the veg shop. I don't say I'm going to the grocers, the green grocers. What year am I in, Tanya? 1930. So yeah, apples from the greengrocers. Not apples and pears this week. Speaking of veg though, I have got another big bag of potatoes. These came in very handy over the last week. I've used potatoes for all sorts of things. I had a little jacket potato. I had chips. I had mash. I've got some old parsnips in the cupboard, which I used as well, and I boiled those up with the potatoes and had parsnip and potato mash. And then what you can do with peelings, don't throw them away. My friend Lynette, this was something she suggested. Lynette is the writer, food and drink writer for the Nottingham Post, is turning them into crisps. So basically you put your peelings onto a baking tray, drizzle a bit of oil and seasoning, and bake it until they're crisp, and then they're actually really nice. So yeah, I had potato and parsnip crisps. What else did I have? Oh yeah, I had, there was no corned beef in it this week, sadly. But yeah, I had corned beef hash as well. That was really nice. And I threw some of the peas in there, just to add a little bit more veg to it as well that came in the box last week. So potatoes are very versatile. So glad those are in again. What else have we got? The fig rolls. I've had some of those from last week. They're the kind of thing, if you start, you don't stop. And they are delicious with a cup of tea, coffee, dipping them in. I don't think, I was having this conversation with my mum over the phone actually, that fig rolls was chewy as they used to be. You know when you were a kid and they were really like, is claggy the right word? They're probably healthier, to be fair, now. So yeah, another packet of fig rolls to keep you regular. Where are they from actually? What make are they? Hill Biscuits, Ashton-under-Lyne. As I say, I don't know where all the food comes from, other than I know it comes from the government. I don't know if supermarkets have donated all this. I assume that's the case. And there is quite a lot of money's worth in here when you think about it. And as I said last week, it's probably cheaper for them to deliver me a food box than for me to go out or risk going out, catching corona and then costing the NHS however much money. I can imagine it's very expensive to treat each person, even for a day, you know. It's taking up a hospital bed and it's one more person that they've got to treat. With my immune system being low, obviously it would be harder for me to get over it, get through it even. There doesn't seem to be any particular, person that is getting it. It can affect anybody. Old people obviously are more susceptible to it. We've heard of it in care homes, but there are, teenagers dying with it, young children, and then on the other hand you see, a really old person getting over it, and I have seen some cancer patients that have had it and recovered, but it is not something that you want to chance. So stay home, even if you feel fine yourself, you don't know if you could be carrying it, or whether you could pick it up, carry it and give it to somebody that is more vulnerable, like myself or a parent, and then obviously it starts a cycle within the family. One person passes it to another, so stay within your home. As hard as it is, don't go and see your family. I haven't seen my mum since lockdown. I saw her just before, thankfully, but I do speak to her at least 4 times a day because she's on her own, and just hearing somebody's voice, really, we haven't got anything really to tell each other. This is probably the most exciting thing of my week, going through what's in this box. So, but yeah, just make sure that you keep in touch with people as well. This is different to last week. Although not going out, you still want to have a wash, don't you? I haven't got to that stage yet. Although my roots are probably getting darker each video. So we've got 4 bottles of body wash, and a bar of soap, Geneva Guild vegetable soap. These are all Geneva Guild. Like the little things that, dare I say it, you take from the hotels, isn't it? If you stay somewhere and you think, well, I've paid for it, and you bring them home and use them if you haven't used all of them there. But yeah, always nice to get a little treat, to have a little pamper with those. Let's have a sniff at it. I don't know what it reminds me of. It's called Serene to Be. Yeah, it does smell quite sort of spa-like. Reminds you a bit of holidays. Remember them. Ooh, tuna chunks again. Tuna sandwich, tuna pasta bake, jacket potato and tuna. Yeah, that's all I've come up with until, see if there's anything else in here. Oh, fruit cocktail. We had tin peaches last week. Fruit cocktail in light syrup. Again, one of your 5 a day. So they are looking at nutritional values on that rather than giving you, like a microwave chocolate pudding, which would be nice, but yeah, it's a nutritional value that we need, especially at times like this. I wonder if you could make a pudding out of Wheaties. I guess if you had some eggs in, you could like make a bread and butter pudding, assuming you had butter, and stick some Wheaties in for a little bit of a chocolate kick. Anyway, what else have we got? Oh, look at that. A massive, I don't know if you can see how, rice coming up it again. See how big that jar is of tinned tomatoes. If I just hold it up next to the fruit salad book, you'll see that that is industrial size. So I guess with that, if you've got some spices in your cupboard, you could potentially make a curry. Yeah, again, pasta dishes you could use that with, or even if you just like, I was going to say a fry up, but then there's no eggs or sausages. But yeah, they are a good base ingredient. Had these last week. Peas. 2 tins of marrowfat peas. So again, that's good to have a little bit of veg with your meal. I guess you could mush them if you wanted to make them mushy peas and have them with your potatoes that you've turned into chips. Or you could put them in, I don't know, if you've got the ingredients in your store cupboard to make like a vegetable bake or something. Obviously got lots of uses. One of your 5 a day again. Bachelors, so it's a well-known make. Oh, chicken meatballs in tomato sauce. So you could have that with your pasta, couldn't you? Fray bentos. Remember those pies that I think they still do them, don't they? Those pies with the soggy bottoms but the crispy tops. Caravan food. We used to have those when we went on holiday. Proper caravan food, those. But yeah, chicken meatballs and tomato sauce, that's something a little bit different as well, isn't it? So yeah. Jack's baked beans. Not heard of that mate before either. Oh, used in the UK for Jack's, part of the Tesco family. Didn't know that. So yeah, Jack's baked beans, 2 cans of those. So baked beans on toast, jacket potato and baked beans and mash. And there's the dustbin there. Potentially you could make perhaps a vegetable chilli. If you've got some chilli powder, you might need to add your tomatoes to that. If you've got some, like sausages or something in the freezer, when we're at school, this is like senior school, we did something called baked bean surprise, which was basically some sausages on the bottom of the casserole bowl. Pour your beans over, top it with mashed potato and bake. I think the surprise was that the sausages were in it. Be a bigger surprise if you're a veggie, I guess. But yeah, so a good source of fibre with those. Almost at the end of the box, but as you can see, there's loads of stuff in it. What have we got? Oh, this is all the same actually. 3 tins of cream of tomatoes. Baxter's, one of your 5 a day. That's also low fat, so you could have that on its own with your bread. Tomato soup you can also use as a base for a pasta bake if you haven't got enough of your other pasta sauce or tinned tomatoes. That can come in handy for that. And yeah, soup is always good to have in the cupboard, isn't it? Because that's a meal in itself. So yeah, that should get me through the week again. As I've said, it's not catered for you individually. It's not like you're ticking a box like you would on holiday ordering your breakfast or in hospital. This is to provide you with enough nutrition and essential vitamins and minerals to get you through. It is an emergency box. It's not catered for you. It's covering a very broad range of ages, likes and dislikes, so that they have to keep it simple. I, for one, am very grateful for it. It means that I don't have to go out to the shops, which I'm not allowed to do. I'm one of those who can't go out for 12 weeks. I'm not having to feel awkward about asking somebody else to go for me, because obviously people have got their own families to shop for. So yeah, thank you to the government for this box again this week. If you have any questions, do pop them in the box below, and if you have any suggestions for recipes, any thoughts on what we could make with these ingredients, again, do pop it in the box. I love to see your comments. Hopefully next week I will be back to show you what's in the new box. Until then, stay at home, stay safe, and try and have a fab week. Read a book, watch TV. You're living through history. If you want to make sure that you don't miss the next video, hit the subscribe button. There is a little bell notification, so you can click on that and you will be notified when the next video is uploaded, hopefully next Wednesday. And I'll see you all then. Take care. Bye.